We are rolling right along with season 4 of award season reviews. We're back, 98 reviews in 98 days, counting down to the 98th Academy Awards, wrapping up awards season. Quick reminder before we dive in today, please make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single day of award season reviews because they're going to be coming fast. We're in week 1. This week's theme, top box office contenders. Yes, these are the films competing for the Golden Globe Award for Cinematic and Box Office Achievement. I'm going to tackle 7 of them this week, and that 8th one will be popping up a little later when I'm able to see it. I've seen 7 of the 8, so it fits for the first week. So, we started yesterday with a real big high, and today we are going to go up into the heights as I discuss Paramount Pictures' Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. The 8th and final film in the franchise that has, kept one-upping itself for almost 3 decades. So, quick little recap. When we last left Ethan Hunt, played by Tom Cruise, and the IMF team at the end of Dead Reckoning Part 1, he and newly recruited Grace, played by Haley Atwell, with an assist from foe-turned-ally Paris, paid by Palm Clementif, they narrowly escaped the runaway Orient Express with the cruciform key, the tool that could open and take control of the entity, the rogue AI force threatening to seep into every corner of the digital world. Temporarily besting the entity's fiercely loyal human weapon, Gabriel, played by Isai Morales, Hunt now faces a global crisis spiraling further out of control. So we jump forward 2 months in this film. President Erica Sloan, played by Angela Bassett, sends a desperate call for Hunt to return to the U.S. Extremists are rising, believing that the entity will eliminate non-believers and rebuild the world in its own image. Kind of echoing the Syndicate's ideology from Rogue Nation and Fallout. But Hunt, never one to follow orders blindly. He refuses to stop until the entity is destroyed, just as he vowed at the end of Part 1. His plan sends the team across the world, into the wreckage of the Sevastopol submarine deep in the Bering Sea, racing through London streets and leaping from an aircraft high above the South African coastline. Ving Rhames is back as Luther, who works to perfect a poison pill to infect the entity at its source. Simon Pegg, back as Benji, leads Grace, Paris, and their new colleague Briggs, played by Greg Tarzan Davis, through the ground assault, and a familiar face from the original Mission Impossible re-enters the story at a pivotal moment. As loyalties fracture and the pressure builds, the title becomes deadly clear. Not everyone is destined to make it to the end of the mission. Visually, this film, look, it's stunning. Cinematographer Fraser Taggart, he captures every pulse-pounding moment from the claustrophobic underwater tension to the high-altitude stunt work, that the marketing has been teasing to us for all the years in getting this. On the biggest, I have to say, I remember seeing this on the biggest IMAX screen in the country, and it was effective. Those moments, those set pieces, they hit hard. Look, the stunt team deserves its serious awards recognition. If I wish we had that stunt award this year. We're not getting it for another couple of years, but I'll get to awards in a moment. Look, while all the visuals were incredible, I couldn't help but think that this film had a whole we've been here before feeling that I just couldn't shake. Again, at almost 3 hours, the film is dense with exposition and layered complications. You can't help but wonder whether these last 2 installments, which, push about 6 hours combined, if they could have delivered, been a tighter, more focused conclusion, maybe as a good, solid 3.5 or even maybe pushing 4 hours with a little intermission. Kill Bill, the whole bloody affair, did it very well. Some of the franchise callbacks absolutely land. The returning character from the first film was the one that I really enjoyed seeing again. But a couple of the nods really feel shoehorned in purely for shock value. What does work is giving the supporting players far more to do physically, which does make one wonder, while this may be the final reckoning for Hunt, could it also be for the other IMF members? Because there were several that we haven't seen from previous films that could come back. Looking at you, Jeremy Renner. Now, let's talk about box office and awards. For this final installment, Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning did do a bit better than its predecessor. As of this recording and posting, the Final Reckoning has made $197,413,515 domestically and $401,353,542 internationally, giving it a worldwide take of $597,767,057. Critically, the film came out lower than its predecessor. With 428 critics' reviews, it sits at an 80% score, and from over 10,000 audience reviews, a popcorn meter of 88%. Not bad, but not over the 90% markers like in the last one. Award season-wise, well, it's early, right? We're just starting. The Box Office and Cinematic Achievement Award is its sole Golden Globes nod. The film does have 2 Critics' Choice Awards nods, one for Best Stunt Design. So glad some of these guilds are recognizing stunt work this year. And Best Visual Effects for the team involved. The National Board of Review awarded it with Outstanding Achievement in Stunt Artistry, and the film had 3 astronauts for Best Stunts, Best Stunt Coordinator, and Best Second Unit Director for Wade Eastwood, who's also the stunt coordinator. As for its Oscar chances, well, if we had the best stunts this year, it would be there. But I think it will be a lock and probably the win for the stunt work team at the SAG Awards, and a visual effects Oscar nod would not surprise me. Aside from that, I think that's probably going to be all we're going to see. So where do I land on this film? Look, I rushed opening night and early screening. I wanted so much. I loved, I really enjoyed part 1. This one, and because it was a little bit of the same, it's good, but it's 3 stars. I don't think we needed 2 films. We got 2 films. 3 stars. It's good. It's not great. It's not life-altering. If you would like to watch it or rewatch the 8th installment, it is, as of right now, this recording, streaming on Paramount+. All right. Thank you for joining me for episode 2 of Awards Season Review Season 4. We're going to be doing this every day now for the next 96 days. So buckle up and count down with us. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, drop your thoughts in the comments. You can follow me everywhere on all social media platforms, on Letterboxd, and of course, make sure you head over to my website, cinephilemike.com, for even more reviews and cinematic goodness. I'll be back tomorrow with the next review, and until then, this is Cinephile Mike saying take a break and watch.